Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Hemonecrophagia, that's Hemo for short, and welcome to another one of my tutorials. Today I'll be doing a tutorial on two straightforward methods to play your Steam library without a Steam launcher. Alright, so there's two methods that we'll be using here. To launch this, there are other methods out there, like Goldberg and whatnot, but I'm not going to talk about those because I personally do not use them, and I haven't gotten them to work. So just going to point out, these are not the only two methods to launch a game without a Steam launcher. Now, as you can see down here, I've got the Steam launcher open. And Steam's already open and all that. And as you know, most games you have to, a lot of people say, yeah, go to the EXE. And I'm going to exit Steam here. See, Steam's gone. I'm going to try and launch normal Spyro. A lot of people will tell you, yeah, just go click on the EXE. It'll work on its own. But that's not the case. Here comes Steam account, and in a few minutes, we're going to have the Spyro thing load up. I'm going to try and stop that. So, for whatever reason, you probably want to play, whatever reason, you wanted to play without that launcher. And that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to play without Steam button in, for whatever reason you have. So, the first method I'm going to give you here is for Spyro. This is the simplest, most straightforward one, which is finding a crack. Cracks have been around for quite a while. I remember using cracks back in the early 2000s for just disk-based media. You put your CD in the computer, and of course you had to boot from the disk. You couldn't just boot from the EXE. There's always had to be a disk, and there were crack files made to play without the disk and just load the EXE up on your computer without a disk, media being required. This unfortunately paved the way for different methods of piracy. We're not going to go into that right now. That's for another day. Anyway, so say you got your crack here like Spyro. I got Spyro Hoodlum, and I'm not going to put the crack in the description because I don't want to be flagged for piracy. And so you'll have to find the crack yourself. It's pretty straightforward. You just go to Google, type in, say, in my case, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, crack only on Google, and it'll give you thousands of sites with these different cracks where you can just get it without the game. Because I'm hoping you actually purchased the game like I did, got it legally, and you're just wanting to play it without it, but we're not going to question that right now. So we're going to remove Spyro EXE, the normal one, and I'm going to place the Spyro Hoodlum.
I don't think so.
Shut up, Red Queen. We're going to put the Spyro Hoodlum in here. I already put the other files, so I don't need to do that. And we're just going to launch the Spyro EXE real quick so I can show you the miracles of a crack file in play. And the feed might be a little slow due to the capture software in the background right now with me trying to do all this. But as you can see, it's booting up and whatnot. So I'm going to exit out of Spyro now. And that is one simple direct method is via crack. But say you wanna maintain your online play capability. Like say Dead Island Riptide, where you can play with other people online. You don't want to completely abandon the multiplayer aspect, but you want to play without the normal Steam launcher. Well, I've got a program here, Smart Steam Emulator Launcher. Oh, just Smart Steam Emulator, yeah. Got a program here, Smart Steam Emulator. Here's the launcher. You can just find it by googling Smart Steam Emulator, and it'll bring you to the GitHub. I'm not going to put that link in my description because I don't want to get flagged for that. Probably won't, but I don't want to risk that. Anyway, you got your two games here. What you pretty much do with this is you just drop an EXE from your Steam apps. So like you go here to Dead Island Definitive Edition and the common Steam app. Grab the EXE, you drag it over here into this box, and you will get a window like this. Within this window, you will have the box Game App ID. The Game App ID is pretty straightforward to find. I'm going to show you how to find that real quick. And it is the same when setting up DLC. You'll have I'll show you the DLC box in a second. You just go to Google and Dead Island Definitive Edition Game App ID. in the Google Chrome search bar, and here it is. A little Steam database. Go to the site, and you've got the app ID. You will do this the same. You will do the same for the downloadable content, and you just go to DLC Manager. You can put that in there. I have tested this with Resident Evil 6. Now, something to point out: the Smart Steam Emulator does not seem to play well with a lot of offline games. And by offline, I mean base Doom 3. It did not work with Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Obviously, that's why I'm using a crack for it. So these are two straightforward methods on playing your Steam library without the Steam launcher. Button in and raining on your parade and whatnot, and just making things, awkward, because sometimes you just don't want to use it. That plenty of times I do not want to use it for my own reasons. And I'm sure you all have your own reasons for trying to find this, which is why I made this video, because I got tired of looking for methods to make it work, and that's when I just eventually figured it out myself, and thought I'd share, because I see plenty of posts around Steam, and YouTube, and Reddit, and the list is endless. So many people trying to find these answers, and you got so many people that they either don't know what they're talking about, they're stating the obvious, or they just plain don't want to give them the answer. They want to be trolls. But anyway, hope that helped you out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give a like, dislike, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you think, if it helped you, if you figured it out. And I will see you all in my next video.